Good morning, children. Welcome to English class session 28. Today, the title we are going to discuss is Brought to Book. Something has been brought to book. Okay. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about how Magesh is maintaining his books and what is the reaction for that. Next, what is the lesson we have discussed last week? Do you remember? A tragic story poem. The sage, how he is having the pigtail and whether it was happy or sorrow for the sage. This is the behavior of the sage by having the pigtail. These are the things we discussed last week. In a funny manner, the poet has given the poem A Tragic Story, which was written by William Makepeace Thackeray. Now, today, brought to book. This has got to stop immediately, Justice Mathematics said in stern voice, rapping the hammer for the silence in the court. Here, who is the justice in the court? Do you know? Justice Mathematics is the person sitting in the court. See the picture of Justice Mathematics? I've given the picture. Okay. He pushed his back and horn-rimmed glasses up his nose and glared first at Magesh and then at the crowd in the court. Everybody respected him, even Magesh. So a pin drop silence fell in the court instantly by seeing Justice Mathematics. See, whenever we are hearing the Justice noise from the hammer, everybody will be in a very big silence. So like that, everyone was silence. At the time, Your Honor, began the lady in a trembling voice. Who is the lady? When I came to this house, I wore a lovely pink and grey dress. See, this is Miss English. How was her dress? Her dress, she wore a pink and grey dress. Now see the condition of her dress. This was the next coming picture was the dress of Miss English. So everybody gazed at her. Her dress was unrecognizable, covered with ink and grease spots, mercilessly dog-eared, and two corners chewed away. See, two corners of her dress has been chewed away. That is her book. English book has been chewed away. She looked a wreck. She looked a wreck means nothing but worn out. Okay. Tears rolled down Miss English's cheeks. Offering her a handkerchief, Justice Mathematics asked gently, "How did it happen, Miss English?" "See, well," sniffed Miss English, "this boy," she pointed at Magesh, "brought me home a few months back, but never bothered to cover me properly with the nice brown paper his father had brought. Did Magesh not get scolded and punishment in the school for that?" Justice Mathematics enquired. "Oh, yes, he was repeatedly," said Miss English in a tearful voice. "But all the punishment and scolding slipped off him like water off on duck's back. Not only did he ruin my looks," she continued, "he also ill-treated me." See how Magesh has ill-treated Miss English. This is Miss English's condition now. The audience was stunned. Ill-treating a delicate creature like this. Miss English, how terrible. But now tears had started rolling down Miss English's big eyes and stopping only to sniff delicately in her handkerchief. She told everyone about how Magesh dropped her carelessly, stuffed her anyhow in his crammed bag, sometimes next to the lunchbox, dripping with oil. Magesh turned red as many pairs of eyes glared at him. Oh, why had he not listened to his mother? who had told him many times to take care of his books. He was otherwise a good boy and even managed to stay within the first five ranks in the class, but he was extremely lazy. Mages, the stentorian voice of justice mathematics, brought him back to reality. What would you have to say for yourself? Mages managed to mumble an apology. I'm sorry, sir. What do you mean by saying sorry? Screamed Justice Mathematics. See, Mr. Jogger, next, he barked at the peon. Mr. Geography stood up shakily and went to the witness box. He was in a worse condition than Miss English. He had no cover. The contents page was hanging in on its last threads, but the worst part were the maps. They had been filled in mercilessly with all the colors in the paint box. See the condition of the book, geography book. My story is quite similar to Miss English, Mr. Geography said in a broken voice. All my fellow brothers laugh at me whenever Magesh pulls me out of his bag. I especially envy my brother who belongs to Sobita. She has not only covered him neatly, her handling is also so gentle that he always looks as if he has just stepped out of the bookseller's shop. And he added, she fills in her map with a pencil. That means Magesh always he is filling the map with a pen and spraying the ink on the map. If anything went wrong, again he is striking off with the pen and again he started writing with the another line in a pen. And so it went on with all the books, copies, pencil box and even some of the school bag complaining about Magesh's negligence. They looked battered and the worse for the for wear. Justice Mathematics' face became dark when he heard that Magesh tore off pages from the copies to make paper planes. See how lethargically Magesh has teared the papers and did paper planes. Mr. Pencil Box complained that Magesh never cleaned it. As a matter of fact, he had covered the court floor with pencil shavings. The moment he had stood up as a witness and accidentally opened himself, this was not at all. Magesh chewed him whenever he got stuck for an answer. He pointed at his pock-marked body for everyone to see. See the condition of pencil box. The elderly and ponderous Mr. Schoolbag lumbered to the witness box with his broken straps and buckles dragging behind him. Now the bag also started complaining. Magesh, I might as well be a sack of cement. See, I could have been a sack of cement like that. It is better like that. School bag is complaining how Magesh has treated him. Magesh never packs me the night before as all sensible children do, but leaves it till the very last moment. And then naturally there isn't any time to do anything but cram everything in anyhow. With the result, neither my friends inside nor I am happy. See, school bag is complaining that not even a single friend of my books is happy and I am also not happy. Your Honor, piped a small voice. I also want to say something. Justice Mathematics looked carefully and found that the voice belonged to a small notebook, much in the same condition as others. All right, he nodded. Please come to the witness box. The young master notebook marched to the witness box and took the oath. Your Honor, it has become a regular practice and I don't know how long I will be able to bear it. He stopped all choked up. Do go on, prompted Justice Mathematics. The master notebook got hold over himself and continued. It started a few weeks back. Magesh was solving some problems in mathematics. One of them was tougher than others, and he failed to solve it. Can you imagine uh, how he vented his anger? Well, he threw me against the wall. See how he has thrown the master notebook on against the wall, and he has teared the papers from the rough note and continuously drop it down in the floor. So I intensely dislike such children who do not take proper care of their books. Justice Mathematics said it is in a serious voice, all the while eyeing Magesh sternly. However, this court is different from the other courts. Here the punishment is decided by the victims, and we decided by majority if the verdicts are more than one. He looked at all the bedraggled books and notebooks, pencils and pencil box, and even the school bag in the court. They in turn looked at Magesh, each and every one of them in terrible anger. Magesh trembled in his shoes. Let us thrash him first and then throw him against the wall as he threw me. This was the voice of the master notebook. No, no, let us all bite him and let him see how it feels to be chewed. This was the voice of Mr. Pencil Box. He became so agitated that he once again opened himself and spilled some more pencil shavings on the floor. I suggested dragging him around the courtroom a dozen times will be a good punishment. This was the voice of a school bag. Why don't we all jump on him together till he yells for mercy? Exclaimed by Mr. Geography. This appealed to all of them, and even Justice Mathematics got up from his chair to join the gang. See, now all are advancing towards Magesh, who looked around frantically for somewhere to run, somewhere to hide. Nothing. There was no place to run to. The mob was almost upon him when a soft voice rose above the frightening boy. I say, stop. Please do stop. Amazed, everybody turned around. Even Magesh opened his eyes a crack while he had a shut in fright. Then the pretty Miss English rose from her seat and spoke to Justice Mathematics in a firm voice. I don't mean to interrupt your honor. It is just that I feel that everyone deserves a second chance. And after all, this is Magesh's first offense. He deserves a little consideration. See how Miss English is speaking to the Justice Mathematics in a firm voice. Magesh looked at her in admiration. He could have hugged her. She was the only one who had been treated most shamefully by him. And look at her, standing so silly by him. The others too saw reason and slowly backed off, agreeing to give Magesh a second chance. See, Magesh, see that you will never ill-treat a book again, was Justice Mathematics' parting shot. Magesh, a hand started to shake him and he jumped. Had the others changed their minds about not punishing him? Oh, Magesh, do get up. You'll be late for school. Slowly, Magesh opened his eyes from bed. This was a night dream for Magesh. Yes, there was the battered bag on the floor, the books half on the floor and others stuffed in the bag. But what was this? The English book was lying near his pillow and seemed to smile at him. Now Magesh's mother was astonished to see him rushing through the course and then sitting down to glue and cover his English book. That very morning, Next year, Magesh Kumar got the prize for the best looked after books. See how Magesh has changed because of the mercy, because of the second chance given by Miss English. Even nowadays, we are not taking care of our books properly. Many students are there, but at the same time, they are not. They may get within 5 ranks, but as far as the condition of the books, the corners will be curled. Sometimes the front cover will be tarred. See, if that particular book is having mouth, how they will speak? What was the feeling of the book? So this has been exclaimed in this lesson. Wreck means worn out. Stentorian, extremely loud. Battered, damaged. Pockmarked, scared. Ponderous, dull and lacking grace. Lumbered, walked or moved clumsily. Verdict, a judgment or opinion. Agitated, troubled emotionally. Anticipation, expectation, or hope, menacingly, threateningly, frantically, in an uncontrolled manner, stancily, faithfully, astonished, amazed, course, a routine duty or task, bedraggled, untidy, or messy.